Hello everyone, Kathy here. It's been pretty much forever since I've made a video, and I've recently taken in rescue chinchillas, and I just cleaned out their fleece today, so it looks all nice, and I figured I'd give you guys a new cage tour and maybe like what you kind of need before getting a chinchilla video. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, sorry, Ford. First, I'll introduce you guys to Ford, and today is Cheerio Day, so they get their Cheerios, and he's just a standard gray. He's about 2 years old, and he came to us from a lady who could no longer keep her chins because her kids moved away to college. So he came in with us with another chinchilla named Caesar, but unfortunately he passed away. And Ford got adopted out once, but sadly they returned him. So he's back with us for the time being. And when he came back, we actually got in another rescue, and oh, he got a little water on his head, so that's why there's a streak. But this is Andy, and today's Cheerio Day. You want one? Don't mind that streak. He probably just got water on him, so he's a little wet there. But he has a cataract in his left eye. You can see how it's a little bit cloudy, but it doesn't affect him too bad, and he's just looks a little weird right now because of that water. But other than that, he is perfectly healthy, and he's been gaining a little bit of weight. His story's kind of sad. He came to us from an inbreeding situation, and he was kept with his two other brothers and his mom and dad, and unfortunately they started fighting. They ended up killing each other. So he's with us now, and he's doing really well. Hopefully we'll get some potential adopters coming in to meet him soon. But he's a real sweetheart. Yeah. So I guess we'll start with the essentials. Oh, first you'll need a cage, and I have a Ferret Nation cage. I love these cages. I also recommend Critter Nation cages. They're really sturdy, they last forever, and sure, it's like a big investment at first, but the cage will last you forever, and your chinchillas will grow into them, and they can hold quite a few chins. At max, I'd probably put 4 chins in the upper level. There's a bottom level to this cage too, but that's for the females, and we don't have any in for the rescue right now, so we just have the boys section. Earlier they had pink fleece, but I switched it out to purple to make it a little bit more, I guess, manlier for them. But these two ended up bonding, so they're squished in there, I guess. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. But besides the cage, you will need food. I use Oxbow Chinchilla. It's a little bit expensive in the pet stores, and for my other chins, I like to give them Purina Show Rabbit Chow. I think that's what it's called. It is a rabbit feed, but it's safe for chinchillas. Not all rabbit feeds are safe, but that one in particular is. And the rescues came in with Oxbow, so I've kept them on that, and it's a great brand, and you can always get it in pet stores near you. We have hay. Here is just Timothy hay, and I like to give them alfalfa and Timothy hay cubes. They love these, and usually when the chins come in here, they're pretty underweight. So this helps put on more weight and like helps them with calcium because of the alfalfa. And next is the water bottle. I just have a Lixit water bottle. I love this brand. It doesn't leak as much as the other brands. It still does leak, but to prevent that, under the fleece right here, I have a towel, and it kind of just soaks up the water. See, you probably could see right here is where it used to be wet. But anyways, other essentials would be ledges. And I don't recommend plastic ledges. Nothing in the cage should ever be plastic, simply because chins will chew on it. Sure, they won't chew on it now, but eventually they will. And when they chew on the plastic, it can cause impactions, and it can also rip up their intestines and digestive systems. So I never ever recommend plastic. If anything in the cage, it should be either wood, metal, glass, like Pyrex thick glass, or tile, like granite and something like that. So you can see that. And we have this hammock. I made it a while ago, and my other chins didn't really use it, but oh, see, you can always tell if a chinchilla uses a hammock or not by the amount of poops they leave in there. So I have that, and this came in with Ford, so we used it. It's a little dirty here, so I probably need to wash that soon. But we have the granite up here as well as the granite down here. We have the litter box. I used to use shavings for them, but they started knocking it all over the place. So instead I used these, it's just pine pine pellets. People like to use it for litters for their cats, since it's all natural, and sometimes they chew on it, but not really, and it's not too bad anyway if they do. So I use that in here, and every time they pee, it kind of just breaks down into like sawdust almost, and I'll dump it out. I also put sweet PDZ, you can get it at Tractor Supply, under all of this, and essentially it's I guess a stall deodorizer for horses, but it's safe for chinchillas. Some people actually get the powder form and use it as the dust, since the blue cloud mine is going through some issues right now. But anyways, I put it under here, and they pee in here. They don't poop, I just toss their poop in here when I find it everywhere, and it really keeps the smell down. It also helps me keep the fleece clean, and I don't have to change it as often. Ford is pretty good about it. I'm not sure about Andy. He sometimes pees like right next to it, so I also put a kind of like a towel, but sometimes I'll put like a puppy pad under here to soak it up as well. But there is a towel under this, and I'm touching it because it's clean. Otherwise, I wouldn't just rub my hand there. Anyways, that is it. Oh, toys are pretty fun for them too. I always like to give them toys because their teeth are forever growing. So you never want to deprive a chinchilla from that. They need to chew to break down their teeth. And this used to be a very large, colorful paper bagel, but they really liked it. And these are some of the apple would chews, pear would chews, pecan would chews. These are just regular pine, and like these are from the pet store. They're safe, so that's why I got them. And ledges are relatively easy to make. I make all of my ledges, so if there's ever a video, probably coming up relatively soon, if you guys want me to make a video on how to make ledges, super duper easy and a lot cheaper than buying them. What else? I finish my finals next week, so then I will have time to make more videos and give you guys an update on Jules. Atari went to his new home, and he's doing super well there. He has a brother, and his owner is great, takes really great care of him. So I'm really happy my first chin that I sold went to a great home. And we will be keeping Jules for the show in January. It's in Roxborough, North Carolina, which is an awesome place for a chinchilla show, and there's a great breeder there. So super duper excited for that. And I forgot, I'll probably just show you guys this one. This was, I think, originally a bird toy, but then I just ended up using the stems to put these wooden popsicle sticks. You might have to be careful with them a little bit because sometimes chins can like hurt themselves. So every time I get it, I kind of just flatten it out like that. And they really like it so far. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Another thing you would probably need for your chinchilla is dust. You can't give them water baths just because their fur is so dense that it'll pretty much hold on to the water, retain the water, and mold. And that's never a good thing. And I might give him a dust bath now just because he has the water streak on him. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. And I know I said no plastic before, but their bathhouse is plastic, and that's perfectly fine as long as you take it out and you don't leave it in there. As you can see, the previous owners left it in there, and like it got chewed up and everything. But it's not too bad. It's just I don't recommend leaving this in their cage at all. I use Blue Cloud or Blue Sparkle. Blue Cloud mine, it's getting actually pretty expensive now simply because like the mine is going through some issues, so everyone's having a hard time grabbing it. But Blue Sparkle is also a perfect alternative. It sparkles. But what else will I add to this is sweet PDZ powder, and that is perfectly safe as a dust too if you want to use it. It keeps the smell down and everything, but I use it for dust and for the litter box. I also put some cornstarch in here. The cornstarch helps with the urine stains on their fur, which sometimes they do have when they come in. So this is great to use. I hope somebody demonstrates soon. Maybe Andy will show us. Oh, are you going to show us how to give a dust bath? So he was priming, and you can see that this is, first lips look like this too, but sometimes when they're priming, they'll just let out their old fur. So it doesn't hurt them at all. Sometimes if you see tufts on them, you can just gently tug it and it'll come off like I did not too long ago. So I guess while I'm here, I'll talk about treats too. You should never, ever, ever give fruits or vegetables. The only really exception is goji berries. A lot of people like to feed raisins, and it's just a big no-no, simply because there's so much sugar in there, and it does incredible damage to their liver if you keep it up. So goji berries are a perfect alternative. Rose hips are great. Unfrosted, unsweetened Cheerios, just plain Cheerios. Shredded wheat thins, and I usually don't give that many treats. I've skipped giving them treats for 2 weeks now, so I'm kind of making up for it from last time. But yep, usually they just get one every 3 days or so. That's about it. So let's see if somebody decides to give a dust bath for you to show everyone. And the dust gets everywhere, but I have a shop vac that I use to vacuum everything up. And I vacuum once a day, so it keeps it clean, easier for me to deal with as well. I'm starting to think they were scared of the flash, so I turned it off for a bit. But there you go. That is a chinchilla taking a dust bath. Maybe Andy will jump in there too. And I had a hard time finding the sweet PDZ powder, and I just used the granules, and it works a little less effectively. But for smell wise, it helps a lot. But just the dust bath's a little hard, so you can see it's a little grainy. But other than that, it's not too bad at all. Ford loves his dust baths. Oh, and you can see that wonderful, wonderful cloud. I'll probably have to vacuum after this video. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Here's the last shot of the cage, and I'll just show it with the door closed. I hope I hit all the basics and everything you need for a chinchilla. If not, just go to my Facebook or go to my website, kathyschinchillas.weebly.com, or Kathy's Chinchillas on Facebook, and it'll basically go over the basics. That was funny. Anyways, it'll tell you everything you really need. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Sorry this video was so long overdue. I probably will make another video one day into a more in-depth of everything you need, more specifically, like maybe the food, certain types of hay, I don't know, anything else you guys really need me to. So feel free to ask questions now, and maybe I'll do like a Q&A in the next video. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye!